Hey yogis, so we're going to talk about hamstrings. A lot of people get into yoga because they want to be able to fold forward. They want to be able to fold all the way down and touch the floor, which is very, very possible, even if you totally are inflexible. I was completely inflexible when I first started yoga, and I can fold all the way to the floor now. So I'm going to give you a few tips to help you really dig into those hamstrings so that you can see results as quickly as you possibly can. So first of all, we're going to talk about the hips. So we're going to show you how yoga already kind of gives you that little clue in your sun salutations. We'll go over that in just a few moments. But the key to the hamstrings is all in the hips. It's not in the straight legs. So if you need to put something under your legs so you can move your hips, that's what you do. You do not want to force the legs straight and have a lot of rounding into the spine. So we're going to sit up nice and tall. Bend the knees if you need to. Bring your hands to your hips. We want the hips to do the moving. So I'm showing you sideways. So we're going to roll. You're going to be rounding a little bit. And then we're going to come up straight. And if your hamstrings are super tight, you'll feel it in your hamstrings. If you can straighten your legs and still round and straighten, then you'll do that. So then you'll feel it round and then straighten. Round and then straighten. Good. So you'll feel it in the hamstrings a little bit, or your inner thighs in this position. You can bring your legs forward, do the same thing. Round and then straighten up. Round till you don't feel it so much in the hamstrings, and then straighten so that you get a nice deep stretch there. So when I say sun salutations show you this, we're going to just do that first half of the sun salutation. So let's come into down dog really quickly, which is also kind of a forward fold here. Let the heels sink down. And if you need to bend so that your hips can really press up, that's what you do. That's one clue into how to get into those hamstrings. And then walk it forward, standing forward fold, chin to chest. Good. Now, what you want to do is we come up halfway. So we call it half lift for your forward fold. That's your clue. It's to straighten the back. We're rounded, then we straighten the back. Then when we come back down, we come back just a little bit straighter to open the hamstrings even more. Good, so we're going to do that a couple of times. Lift the chest forward. So think about the chest moving forward to the front of your mat. And then you want to try to keep the chest forward as you come down. And you'll feel it in those hamstrings. Good, one more little subtle thing you can do is when you come up, feel your inner thighs rotate toward the back of your mat. Good. Keep that rotation. You can bend the knees and still rotate. Press the chest forward, chin down, relax down. Good. Soften. Nice, and then bring the hands down to the mat. We're going to step it back onto the knees. Come to seated. So that's a little bit of a clue. You can work into those hamstrings really quickly if you just use those hips. One of the biggest mistakes that I see people make when it comes to working into the hamstrings is taking a strap, putting it around the feet, and just doing that pull. And that's going to get you nowhere, possibly even hurt your back. You want to make sure the hips are lining up. That's key. And then you won't need a strap. And before you know it, you'll be folding all the way down. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in. Namaste.